AI is already making some of the most important decisions in our world, so I let it take control of my Old School RuneScape account. Every step of my progression is chosen by AI, and if it makes a bad call, the account pays the price. So let's see what it tells me to do this week on Gemini Lock. Welcome back everyone to another episode of Gemini Lock. Future Dan here, just telling you to stay tuned until the end of this episode to see an exciting announcement about the future of this account. Until then, enjoy the new episode. We are in Varrock gearing up for our little range grind here. As you can see on the right hand side of the screen, we have a few different tasks that we will be covering this week. A little bit dry, we'll talk about that later. But we have 15 farming, 20 construction, 28 range, prying times, and the natural history quiz. So obviously our focus right now is the ranged grind, but we are also going to take advantage of being in Varrock and get the natural history quiz done as well. And that's going to give us some Slayer and Hunter XP. The big overall goal of this week is no level 1s on the account. And that will be good. So we have some arrows to buy, a bow to buy, quiz to take, and then we're on to the ranged grind. Let's get it. And here we are in the Natural History Museum. We take this little quiz, answer a bunch of questions on the different displays, and we get a good amount of Hunter, good amount of Slayer XP. It is pretty simple. It's about 5 minutes long, and it'll be a great head start on those two skills. And we are done the Natural History quiz. Nice little XP drops in Slayer and Hunter, and that should get us to 9 Slayer and 9 Hunter. So a great start to those two grinds. Here we are killing some sand crabs. 28 ranged is the goal for the dual mission crossbow, so we're going to be here for a little bit, just killing some crabs. We might have bit off a little bit more than we can chew with the sand crabs, so now we're just going to sit on the Port Piscarilius dock and kill some seagulls until it's a little bit more viable for us to go back to the sand crabs. And this should be level 3 ranged. Level 5 prayer, burying some bones. Here is 15 ranged. We have 5 more levels to go here before we switch over to sand crabs. Just hit another prayer level, but more importantly, 25 combat level. And this should be 20 ranged. Let's see. And we don't even get the notification, but that's 20 ranged. We'll switch over to sand crabs now. Post edit Dan here. I don't know what happened to the rest of our sand crab clips, but this is all we got. Needless to say, we got the task done and moved on to construction. I don't know what happened to some of our recordings, but we just got 12 construction. We're here building some wooden larders in our player-owned house, and basically the process is build it and disassemble, build it and disassemble. We picked up a bunch of planks from drops across the map, and we should have enough planks. Hopefully we have enough nails to get this done. The levels are flying in. This should be a pretty quick grind to our 20 construction, and then we can move on. We have our last inventory of planks, and I'm really hoping I have enough nails to get this grind done. Not a lot of content in terms of a construction grind this week, but here we are doing what Gemini says. There's 19 construction, 2 more larders should get us 20. The nail situation is looking pretty darn bleak though. After this, we're going to go try Prying Times. Here we go, last attempt. Do we have enough nails? I might cry if I need to run and get nails and come back to the POH. Here we go. Oh no. Oh, we got it. On the last nail, we got 20 construction. That's a grind done. On to some more wonderful sailing content. We are going to prep our quest for Prying Times. The most important thing that we need that we don't have is the red berry pie. So we're going to get that ready. It's going to take just a couple minutes to square all those materials away. And then we are back on the ocean. I prepped 2 red berry pies just in case. Surely I don't burn them both. Alright, never lucky. We prepped 2 more red berry pies. We have them ready to go. Let's see if we can get it done this time. I really don't want to make 2 more. Okay, got it done. And we cooked them both. And 14 cooking. Nice. Kicking off the Prying Times quest. I'm pretty sure it's a fairly simple quest and it unlocks some more sailing content. So let's get right into it. We just hit a random event, so we're going to get some camo. And there it is, camo top. Well, I really hope these sharks are not aggressive or we're screwed. I guess they're not. Fantastic. Alright, so we have to open this box up, and then we get a drink, and we have to drink the drink, and then I think we fight something. Do you want to drink it? Yes. And what the? A drink troll. I don't care what you say. This is peak content. Alright, and once we open up this box, it should be quest done. We find a crate full of crowbars, and there it is. 800 sailing XP, 1000 smithing XP, access to the forgotten drinks, but most importantly, 20 quest points. All of the questing Gemini has us doing is, I guess, fantastic. Google Gemini really screwed up how we're supposed to start this farming grind. We finally settled on X marks the spot and Klein of Korend for XP lamps to start our grind, and then we'll do some actual farming until we hit level 15. Got to talk to Veos to start the X marks the spot quest. In the Lumbridge bar, we basically just have an introduction to a clue scroll right now. We have to run a little bit around, do some digging, find some scrolls, and then we're on to the next quest. Finishing up X marks the spot, talking to Veos, turning in this casket, and this should be quest completed. 1 quest point, get clue scroll boxes and stuff like that, but most importantly we get this XP lamp, which we will put into farming. So let's do that right now. I think it's 300 XP that we get. And yeah, 300 XP, and it should bring us to 4 farming. There we go. Nice little start to this grind, and Klein of Korend will help us out even more. Let's get right into that. So for this quest, we just need to run around all of Korend and talk to different shop owners. It's meant to introduce the new continent into the game, but we're getting XP lamps, so it's worth it. Shop owner number 1 over in Port Piscarilius, nice and easy start. Over in Arceus for our 2nd shop. Over in Lovikench, I think that's how you say it, shop number 3. Chazian is our 4th stop on this little quest, and we have 1 more after this. Here we are in Hosidius in our last general store. Have to run back to Veos now, and there's 1 little more part for this quest, but we're basically done. Ran over to the Dark Altar real quick and finished up the quest. We just have to get through this text, and then we get our rewards. Alright, got some memoirs, which give good teleports around Korend, but obviously the most important thing are the 2 XP lamps. If I can find farming, yep, there we go. Good XP, 500 a pop, and this should bring us to about 10. Yeah, 10 farming, and now we have to go actually farm, and Gemini has us doing cabbages and onions. Farming content incoming. We need to get 30 cabbage seeds, 30 onion seeds. I really have no idea if this is going to be enough or too much. I guess we're just going to have to find out and go with the flow. Gemini also parked us in the Falador South patches, so we are limited to here. Let's rake these suckers out and get planting on I guess we'll start with cabbages first. They're the higher level, but it's the same XP regardless. Alright, we're all planted up. We have a 40-minute timer on these cabbages. Might as well rake these patches now. Gotta cure these cabbages real... Oh, they died on me. That's unfortunate. When I logged back in, they were diseased, and as soon as I clicked on them, they were died. But we have our first harvest of cabbages on the account. This is absolutely mind-numbingly boring. We're just waiting around at this point. But getting some other stuff done, getting some editing done, all that. So let's replant these cabbages, and another 40-minute timer. Missed a lot of levels, but there's 14 farming, just one to go. Another collection log, the later house and bottoms. Peak raking content here, but most importantly, there's 15 farming and all tasks done for worth a week. Fantastic. Now, all we have left is our little announcement and to find out our tasks for next week. So let's get right to it. So it's time for our big announcement. And it's really nothing crazy, and it's probably something that you have found obvious if you've watched more than one episode of this account. The goal of the account was to be entertaining, and yes, progress the account in a practical way, but also have the AI screw us over a little bit, or maybe give us early bosses, or stuff like that. And the AI right now is just not doing quite that. So I am going to go back to the drawing board in terms of prompting it. And I'll probably start an entirely new conversation. And as a result of that, my goal is to progress the account to the point where it's entertaining. And there's reasons for you to watch. And we're not just grinding out quests and levels every single week, because that's not making the account unique. What's unique about this account is AI is in complete control, and sometimes it's going to punish us. Sometimes it's going to screw us over, but we're going to progress the account that way. So I think I figured out how to do it. I had a nice long talk with AI about what we really want to see in this account, and it gave us a set of tasks that is centered on one point for next week, and that's killing Obor, a low-level boss, but a boss nonetheless. And it's going to be our first actual combat boss on the account. So you can see we have 15 prayer, 20 defense, some food prep, getting more money, and getting black armor, and then killing Obor. And it should be entertaining next week. I'm looking forward to it, but let me know what you think. Should I have changed the prompt around, or should I have just kept progressing the account how Gemini was telling me and just taking the punishment? At the end of the day, I think it was the right call, because the account's all about entertainment, and the account just wasn't quite hitting that entertainment level that I wanted. But let me know in the comments below. What do you think? But until then, this is the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. Hopefully next week is more entertaining, and I really, really, really hope that I see you then.